right, you know what time it is. Live from the Bare Muscle Garage, it's season finale week with Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So, for today's season finale week workout, we are starting things off with a sprinter here. We've got 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 of hang power cleans and shuttle runs. Maybe looking at this thinking, hey, that seems kind of heavy, or I don't have this space. Don't worry, guys. As always, we're going to warm up really well, and we're going to go through all the options that will allow you to do this workout or your version of it right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can. But let's go ahead and start this general warm-up. Here we go. Let's get some arm circles going back, arm circles back. And as you know, my name is Coach Chris. I am a level 3 CrossFit trainer. That means I've logged thousands of hours over many years, helping many people just like you live their best life through health and fitness. Let's switch to arm circles forward. One of the ways I've been privileged to help you guys live your best life is through Habit Master Coaching. And we have an awesome team of Habit Master coaches who help you to figure out the intricacies of your life so that you can earn more badges and get more results. Let's move on to arms across the chest. Hug yourself, love yourself. So if you benefit from Habit Master Coaching, Habit Master Health Coaching, or private training, how has it helped you? Let's move on to the wrist wave while we hear from one of our awesome Habit Master coaches, Twin One. Go ahead and say your name, where you're from, and how have you benefit from coaching, and what do you appreciate about coaching others?
Hi, I'm Denise from New York. I definitely have benefited greatly from private coaching. I don't think I'd be where I am right now if it wasn't for that. And it takes time. So like when we talk to clients that need that or want that special attention, we have to remind them that they have to be patient with themselves, because it took me time, because I went through the process. I'm still going through it. There's always room to grow. There's always progress to make. So we assure them of that, so then they know that, you know, they're going to reach their goals. It's just going to take time. So I really appreciate the process, and we're there to make sure you succeed. So that's what our goal is.
Spoken like an experienced coach well along on her journey, who's ready to help you with yours as well. So thank you so much, Twin One. Let's go ahead and move on to some high knees. High knees into chest, or if it works better, we could do some high elbows like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from Bubbles. Go ahead and say your name, where you're from. How have you benefit from coaching, and what do you appreciate about coaching others?
Hi, I'm Nakia here in New York. I have benefited tremendously from private coaching, and one thing I appreciated was just the personalized attention. So sometimes you think that you're doing it all okay, right? You think you're doing it okay, whether it's you're eating or you're drinking water, but then your coach is like, well, how much water have you had? And what are you eating each day? And so I like that the personal attention is zeroing on you and what your habits are, so that way you can improve them. And I'd love being able to pay that forward. So be able to help people to see and zero in on, well, what are you doing? And how well are you doing it? You're doing good with so many areas. And this is one area we can tweak a little bit and improve on, and you'll continue to see good progress. So I love the step-by-step how it helps us to build really good habits, little by little by little. And I enjoy helping people do that.
That is exactly our mentality. Small changes lead to big changes. So thank you so much, Coach Bubbles. And let's go ahead and move on to some calf raises. Up on the toe, back on the heel, up on the toe, back on the heel. Or if it works better, we could do some wrist extensions like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from Bird Dog. Go ahead, say your name, where you're from, how have you benefit from coaching, and what do you appreciate about our coaching style?
Hey, I'm Robin, aka Bird Dog. I'm from Texas, and I have benefited from some semi-private coaching, and it's helped me in a way, not only accountability for the group, and also for personal improvement. And it really does. The suggestions I've been given help me with unnecessary soreness or injury. And so that just keeps me ready to go for the next workout.
Very much so. We focus on safety first, safety always. And thank you for being a great example of that. And let's go ahead and move on to some jumping jacks, or we could do some stepping jacks if we want low impact. And so private coaching is the best way for you to get individually what you need to reach your goals in this program. Our awesome coaches will sit and understand the circumstances of your life and help you figure out what you need to get to where you need to be so that you can get more badges, get more results. And in private coaching, we also have private training sessions in which our eagle eye coaches will help you analyze your form, improve your movement so that you can move better and be better. If any of this sounds interesting to you, please click that link that's in this video or feel free to message me directly for details. Let's take a break from this warm-up and we're going to move on to the activation phase, which is where we're going to do a couple different moves that are going to help us to get specifically ready for today's workout. So the first thing we're going to do is and let's go ahead and have Twin One demonstrate 2 glute bridges for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the glute bridges are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 glute bridges together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We are laying on our back, pulling those feet in super close to the hips, squeezing those glutes, getting the hips higher and higher each time. And we want to think fast up, hold the top, slow on the way back down. And so good job here on these glute bridges. Next, we're going to roll over and do the dynamic calf stretch. Let's go ahead and have Twin One demonstrate 2 reps of the dynamic calf stretch for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then we're actually going to do some dynamic elbows like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the dynamic calf stretch on each side. So a couple things to keep in mind. We are going to pike those hips up and then we're going to bend one knee, pulling the back heel into the ground. And we're going to hold each side for about 2 seconds before switching sides. Now, it could be that doing this off the ground is a bit hard on the wrist. Then just like bird dog over here, we could do this off of an inclined surface. We could do this off a chair, off a counter, or even off a wall. But whatever the case, we're going to pike those hips and we're going to pull that back heel into bending the one knee. And so good job here on the dynamic calf stretch. Next, we're going to do some good mornings. And let's go ahead and have Bird Dog demonstrate 2 good mornings for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then those good mornings are like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the good mornings together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We've got those arms folded across the chest, and then we are going to initiate by sending those hips back, slight bend in the knee until we get that chest to just about parallel with the ground. And then we're going to squeeze those glutes until we get all the way back up to a fully standing, locked out position, shoulders back at the top. And so good job here on these good mornings. Next, we're gonna do some reverse lunges. Let's go ahead and have twin one demonstrate 2 reverse lunges for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then the reverse lunge is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the reverse lunge together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We're going to take a nice big step back with that back knee touching the ground, stepping slightly to the side for stability. Now, it could be that getting that knee all the way to the ground is a bit of a challenge for us. In which case, we can do some step downs, and let's have twin one demonstrate a couple reps of the step down here. And so we should note that this is a little bit different than a step up. We're actually going to start from the stepped up position, whether it's a stair or a step rise or whatever the case. And then we're going to alternate legs stepping down. So tap the ground, get back up, tap the ground, get back up. And this more closely mimics the reverse lunge movement from the step up. And so good job here. Or step downs if that's what we're choosing to do. Next, we're going to do some high knees. But we're going to do these high knees a little bit differently today. I want us to actually get the high knee up and then to the side. We're going to get that and to the side. We're actually doing some hip circles, getting a little bit more fancy with those high knees today. So let's get that knee up to the side and circle, just like we see bird dog doing over here, getting that knee above hip level, keeping that balance going out to the side there. And if going out to the side is kind of crazy, then we can just do that traditional high knee, just marching in place. And let's have Deb demonstrate here. So just getting that knee up above the hip level and then just going back and forth like that. But Deb was actually doing it pretty good, getting those knees to the side. Let's go back to that, Deb. Getting the knee up to the side there, those hip circles. And so it just adds a little bit of balance there. And then from the seated position, we're doing some alternating forward arm races like this. So good job here on the high knees, whether we're doing it from the standing position, from the seated position, whatever option is better for us. Next, what I'd like everyone to do is let's go ahead and grab a broomstick or a mop or a PVC pipe. Are you in the PVC club yet? If not, applications are open. But whether we've got a PVC or a broomstick, whatever the case, we always start super light before we go heavy. So here than a broomstick for now. So with this broomstick in hand, we're going to do some deadlifts. And let's go ahead and have twin one demonstrate some deadlifts. But first, hey, how are we holding this thing? We've got the hook grip. So thumb wrapped around, fingers are over the thumb. And let's see 2 deadlifts. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then, of course, with the hook grip, these deadlifts are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 deadlifts together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. Those feet are going to be close together. And we're going to brace that core as we drive the ground away with our feet, getting to a fully standing position, shoulders back at the top. And then we want to brace on the way back down as well. So good job here on these deadlifts. And finally, in the activation phase, we're going to do some clean pulls. And let's go ahead and have twin one demonstrate 2 clean pulls for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the clean pull is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the clean pull together. So a couple things to keep in mind. This is going to start the very same way as that deadlift, but we are going to then add some speed past the knees. We're starting super low. As soon as that broomstick reaches the knees, we're going to glute bridge and shrug, getting some speed with the power of the hips and the legs. And notice we are not doing anything with the arms right now. The arms are still just holding onto the bar. And so we're getting that jump due to the power of the hips and the legs. And so good job here on a clean pull. Well, that is it for the activation phase. Now we're going to move on to the movement prep, which is where we're going to practice specifically the two moves that we're doing in today's workout. The first move is going to be hang power cleans. And that's going to initiate from the hang, meaning every rep is going to start from above the ground. And then it's going to be power cleans, meaning we're not going into a full squat. So basically jumping from the knee up to the shoulder. Let's go ahead and have twin one demonstrate 3 reps of the hang power clean for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then those hang power cleans are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the hang power clean together. So a couple things to keep in mind. At the start of the hang power clean, that bar is going to be at the knee level, and then we are keeping it super close to the body. We are jumping it up, flipping those elbows up, punching into a sit, and then standing to finish. Now, if this is a lot of jumping and landing for us, then that's fine. We could actually do the muscle clean instead. And let's go ahead and have twin one demonstrate a couple reps of the muscle clean here. So same starting position, same finishing position, just no jump and land. We start at the knee, extend, flip those elbows nice and fast, getting to the top. So good job here on these hang power cleans. The second move that we're doing in today's workout is the shuttle run. Now, specifically, preferably, if we have a 25-foot span of space that we can run down and back, then each shuttle run is going to be a 50-foot shuttle in which we run 25 feet down, tap the ground, run 25 feet back. And let's go demonstrate 2 shuttle runs for us. So running down to the 25-foot mark, tapping the ground down there. Back, that's 1. And let's make sure we tap the ground on both sides. Then, boom, tapping the ground there. Yep. And yes, just making sure we're tapping the ground on both sides on the shuttle runs. And one detail about that, yeah, you don't actually have to tap at the start or at the end. But if that's going to be confusing, hey, just tap every time. No problem with that. Now, it could be that we don't have 25 foot of space, then we can do our shuttle runs in place. In which case, we're going to be doing 20 sets of high knees, pumping those elbows. And let's go ahead and have Bird Dog demonstrate 2 in place shuttle runs for us. So after the first set of 20 high knees, we tap the ground and or change direction. And that's going to be how we keep track of how many in-place shuttle runs that we're doing. And if we're doing this, then we're going to do 20 sets of those alternating arm raises. And then we can either tap the ground or clap our hands, whatever's better for us. So let's all join in. Let's do 5 shuttle runs, no matter what version of the shuttle run is better for us. So it could be that we have 25-foot span of space that we can run down and back, even if it's through winding alleys and corridors and whatever the case. Hey, we use what we have, we do what we can. But whatever we have access to, let's use what we have. If we have the 25-foot span of space, then otherwise we can do for every shuttle run, the 20 high knees in place. Now it could be that, hey, we're trying to manage that impact, then just like Deb here, hey, let's just raise our knees to our level of comfort. You know, either we're pumping those knees, pumping those elbows, or doing a shuffle step, but no matter what, we're counting 20 steps if we're doing it in place. But good job on these shuttle runs. Well, now it's ramp up time. If you've been earning badges and you'd like to add some weight to those hang power cleans to do either the scaled, intermediate, or RX weight, then let's start to gradually add a little bit of weight at a time, doing about 3 to 5 hang power cleans at a time until we get to the weight that we want to use for the workout. And we've got plenty of time here to do at least 3 to 4 warm-up sets before we get the clock going. But if we have not been earning badges, or we're just getting back into this after a long time off, then please, we are not adding any weight. That broomstick that we were just using in the warm-up is going to be more than enough for us today. Really, it's very important that we have the right form and consistency with all of our habits, as evidenced badge, before we've earned the right to add or reintroduce intensity, such as by adding weight or going fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number 1, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in so we can get through this whole workout without losing. Number 2, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. Let's make sure we got our water nearby so we could take a sip as needed all throughout the workout. Number 3, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer if you choose to use one. Number 4, music. We want some fight songs today that we want to race that clock, sprint this out. I want this to be no more than a 2-song WOD. So what's the 1 or 2 songs that are going to really get you pumped up and motivate you to finish before they're done? You can blast your music as loud as you want, as long as you can still hear me helping you throughout the workout. And lastly, how are we keeping track of these rounds? This is a 5-round workout. The reps start high, then they go low. It's easy to lose track of where we are and what we're doing. And the best way to fight that is to have the workout written down close by, perhaps with a scorecard. So if you're a teacher's pet like Mighty Mouse, first to the screen winning that award today, but we've got a lot of very close second and third place. We got Deb dancing with the whiteboard. We got Bubbles giggling it out. We've got Bird Dog with the cute little whiteboard award. And then, of course, we've got Twin One with the multiple color award. Teacher's pet picture, just to show how prepared you are. Teacher's pet picture in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm going to bring the workout back on screen one more time, and then we'll get this going. So in just about a minute, we're going to start this timer, and we're about to do this season finale week workout, which is 5 rounds descending reps, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 of hang power cleans and shuttle runs. Specifically, we're going to be doing 10 hang power clean, followed by 10 sets of shuttle runs. Then 8 hang power cleans, followed by 8 sets of shuttle runs. Then 6 of each, then 4 of each, then 2 of each. And then we're done. So, very important that we are not adding weight unless we've been earning badges. After we earn some badges, then we have developed the consistency with all our habits to withstand the added weight and intensity. And on those shuttle runs, let's remember that we're doing 10 sets of shuttle runs in the first round, meaning we're doing 10 trips down and back of the 25-foot down and back, 50 foot of each shuttle run, or we're doing 10 sets of the 20 high knees in place. If the bending and tapping the ground gets to be a bit much on that lower back, then hey, no need to bend and tap. If that's bothering us, let's just keep track of those shuttle runs some other way. So your score is going to be the time it takes you to get through these 5 rounds of descending reps of hang power cleans and shuttle runs. So if you are good to go, give me a thumbs up over here and we'll get this started. I'm going to highlight twin 1 to get us going after our 10-second countdown. So here we go, guys. 10 hang power cleans, 10 shuttle runs, and then it's all downhill from there. In 10 seconds, let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. So notice how twin 1 establishes the hang position first before going into those cleans. So anytime you lift that bar off the ground, lock out that deadlift before cycling that bar and then busting out those hang power cleans. But we got bubbles on this bar, keeping the chest up, hitting that jump, flipping those elbows, keeping the bar close to the body. That's what we want to see. And let's get those elbows even faster and higher there, bird dog. You're hitting the jump just good, and we can sit as you receive the bar. So jump and sit, then stand. We got Mighty Mouse on these hangs as well. And then after these 10, we are off on the shuttle runs. So we've got twin 1 with her running buddy, Kirby over there. Deb choosing to do these in-place shuttle runs. 10 sets of the 20 high knees in place. And we got Bubbles taking off. We got Bird Dog taking off as well. But everyone is off to the races here. This is definitely a sprint of a workout today. Those who've been doing this program know we've got lots of different types of workouts in this program. Some are longer and lighter. Some are shorter and heavier. We've got lots of other combinations in between so that we can be ready for whatever life throws our way. So if we approach each workout with the right mindset, the right intensity, then we can definitely get the most out of each training. Each workout is a piece of the puzzle that builds a bigger picture. And we are closing out round 1, most of us, moving on to round 2, and most of us are on track to finish within today's tight target window. So like we just mentioned, sometimes we have longer workouts, sometimes we have shorter workouts, but as long as we're picking the right weights and doing the right movements that help us to finish within the target window, that's how we know we're getting the most out of this workout. And let's get more hips on this clean there, bird dog. So let's really pop that up, jump that up, but then let's remember to hit that sit and then stand. So much better with the sit as well. But nice work here, making our way up to the 8 cleans. Twin one already on this set of 8 shuttle runs, finishing those 8 hang power cleans. Bubbles getting to this bar, about to go to town on this next set of cleans. So locking out, establishing that hang position. And let's hit that jump, flip, stand to finish. Flip, stand to finish. But nice work here. Good stuff, guys. Making our way down. And let's remember to breathe. Let's remember to push. This is definitely a sprint of a workout here. And shorter doesn't necessarily mean easier. Especially when we're trying to put on the afterburners to keep up with Mighty Mouse. So we are on this, guys. Twin one, establishing the hang position. And then boom, going to town on this round of 6 of the cleans. Deb as well, making her way down. Nice high elbows. And so notice how Bubbles is changing options here. It could be that we start with one style of shuttle runs, and then we decide we need to switch to another style in order to keep moving. So if we need to go back and forth with different options, let's do what we need to do to keep moving well. Let's get some more hip hop out of that bird dog, really with the hips, and then hit that sit to stand, doing better. Full hip extension. Let's get those elbows nice and high. But we are on this. Making our way down. Round of 6. Some of us at the top of the 6, some of us at the bottom of the 6. Some of us moving on to the 4. We got Deb moving on. We've got Twin one going into the lightning rounds here. So nice work here. Keep that bar close. Heading down for some shuttle runs. And we know what to do as we approach that finish line. As soon as we're done, we hit that buzzer, we yell time, we cheer on our family. So Twin one, finishing that full on this last round of 2 here, getting that bar into the hang. Boom. And now taking off on this last set of 2, sprinting it out. There goes 1. And there goes 2. Time for Twin one. Deb as well. Right across the finish line. Mighty Mouse across the finish line. We got Bird Dog sprinting it out. We got Bubbles getting to that last bar. Bird Dog getting to that last bar. So let's keep moving here, guys. And let's cheer on Bubbles and Bird Dog. Almost there. Almost there. And there goes Bird Dog across the finish line, and Bubbles, looked like Bubbles was finishing the round of 4. Let's cheer her on as she is getting into this last round of 2 here, guys. Still have time to make it within the target window.
You got this, Bubbles.
Establishing that hang, and then here we go. Boom, that is 1. Boom, stand that up, that is 2. And then last 2 shuttle runs for Bubbles. Yep, run the distance. Might as well, it's only 2. 1, and then all the way down. And back. And time for Bubbles. All right, and now we're at the best part of the workout, which is the cool down stretch. This stretch is super important to help us fight soreness, increase flexibility, so we can come back day after day, staying consistent and committed. So the first stretch we're going to do today is the seal stretch. And that's where we lay face down on the ground, and then we're going to push up like this, letting that low back and hips sink into the ground. Or if this is hard on those hands, that's cool. We can do it off the elbow like this. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then we're going to get those arms up and pull back like this. And while we're doing this, let's reflect on the workout. Let's do some high-low buffalo. So, high. What is one thing you feel you did well in the workout today? Low. What is something you want to do better the next time it shows up? And buffalo. What is something that surprised you about the workout today? While we're thinking about that, let's switch into the frog. So we're going from the seal into the frog. So hips back, knees out to the side, sinking into this like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from Bird Dog. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we are getting those hands down to the shoulder blades, pulling back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Bird Dog?
I would say my high was the shuttle runs. I think it reminded me I need to go ahead and work on my stamina a little bit, but my low is the hang power cleans. I obviously need to work on some form there and practice those. In Buffalo, I was really surprised how quick this one went, so I liked it.
And you picked the right weights and moved with the right speed. So good job there, Bird Dog. And let's go ahead and move on to supine twist. So we got the one knee into the chest, and we are going to twist and pull down with that opposite hand. And while we're on this side, let's hear from twin one. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then we're going to twist toward the right, holding on to whatever we need to. But what is your high-low buffalo, twin one?
My high was the hang power cleans. The low was the shuttle runs. The buffalo was, I was able to go a little faster on this WOD, so I was happy about that.
That you were, and you still picked a challenging weight on the clean as well. And so that's a testament to your consistency and dedication, able to move heavier weights and still sprint it out. And let's go ahead and hit supine twist on the other side. So we got the other knee into the chest, and we're pulling down with that opposite hand like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from Deb. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're going to now twist toward the left, holding on to whatever we need to. But what is your high-low buffalo, Deb?
My high were the cleans because I upped my weight because somebody in the fit crew was like, oh yeah, I did 30 pounds. I'm like, I'm gonna do 30 pounds too. And so I did it. which, oh, I don't know if I was supposed to mention that. But anyway, I upped my weight and it was good because when I started the program, I was, I got a 3-pound weight. And so I was inching up. And so I'm very proud of myself, even though I've been here for a little minute, but I'm good. My low was my shuttle runs, because even though I like to run, as I'm running, I'm like, yeah, you got this. I'm like, and my subconscious, like, if you don't pick your knees up a little bit more, so I'm going to work on that. And so my buffalo was that, I talked to myself, so a whole bunch of stuff is going on. But it was a good workout as always. Thanks, coach.
And it's always good to see you challenging yourself physically and mentally and doing new weights, doing new things. So good job there, Deb. Well, that's our WOD, that's our stretch, that's our high-low buffalo. You know what's left. This sweaty selfie. Because does this count if we don't take this selfie? Let's flex on the camera here, guys. And let's take this selfie. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. And let's put the fist in the middle for the cheer. On 3, 2 claps, fit crew. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, crew.
Get crown.
Thank you guys so much. If you enjoy this program, then please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. Thank you very much, and see you next time.